What's up? Welcome in to Fantasy Football Game Show brought to you by the Better Sports Network. I'm your host today, JL, joined by my good buddy, Joey. And we have a very special guest today, fantasy analyst with Fantasy in Frames and good friend of FYF, Stacy Perez. How you doing, Stacy?
I'm so good. How are you guys doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm excited to play some Fantasy Fortune.
I can't wait. I'm pumped. Let's do it.
I'm looking forward to hosting it and stumping you guys for the next 45 minutes.
Oh my God, you are so annoying when you host the game, Joey.
No, I'm not.
I don't want to talk to you for 3 days after every time you host.
That says something because usually just when we have a conversation, it's 2 days.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah.
The game's
a whole other day.
I know.
Now you know it's a friction point. We got some people here in the chat. We got Albert in here said, hello, everyone. Hello, Albert. And we got Dustin said, let's go. # Team Joey. We got the FYF historian in the chat. Craig Reed, sorry. Good day, friends. Today's guest made her first FYF game show appearance on May 16, 2023, when she played Jeopardy against Joey and JL. This is her second overall appearance. Do you remember who won, Stacy? I can't remember.
I do. It was not me because my downfall was How I Met Your Mother.
No.
Yeah. Never. That will just live in my brain forever.
Rent-free.
that question.
How I Met Your Mother.
I won that day.
I
hang a banner for every win that I have on the show. It's the Boston Garden in here. Yeah.
But it's really ridiculous. And now it just looks like you live in a carpeted house.
It looks like I'm walking through a car wash every day when I walk into my office.
It's all wet.
Yeah, I don't know why the banners are wet.
Why are your banners so wet?
I don't know. I enjoyed that exchange. That was fun.
Maria in here said, good afternoon. What up, Maria? Welcome in. Ninja said, happy day before 4th of July, barachachos. I said that with very weird emphasis.
Do you know what happened on July the 3rd last year?
No.
Neither do I.
There you go. There you have it. We got Scampers in the chat. Said, beautiful afternoon to you, FYF fam. Stacy.
Wow. What's up, Scampers?
All right. Well, we brought Stacy on to play some Fantasy Fortune today. Joey's going to be hosting the game.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into the rules, make sure you smash that like button. That worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
I know, right? Make sure you're following Stacy at Stacy_Perez83 right there under her face. Fantastic follow. You can find her content on Fantasy in Frames. You will not regret it. Promise.
Thank you.
All right. Fantasy Fortune is the game. JL is my name. And these are the rules. If this is your first time playing with us, Fantasy Fortune is very similar to the game Wheel of Fortune, if you ever heard of that. Instead, we took out the most important part, the wheel. Instead, contestants will answer 50-50 trivia questions that are about fantasy football, the NFL, something. If they get it right, they'll get to choose a consonant. For every consonant they get correct, they're going to get 500 points in their round bank. If they get any wrong, it'll go on to the next contestant. And if any of these contestants get 3 trivia questions right, so not only 3 trivia questions, but also guess the consonant correct. So trivia question, consonant, trivia question, consonant, trivia question, consonant, then they're going to get to bank that money and have a chance to solve the puzzle. All right, contestants, you ready to play?
Let's do it.
Let's get the board.
Oh,
up.
man. I said that whole spiel thinking I was the host and then just remembered that I am said contestant.
It's important.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's good that we're checking in ourselves, JL. That's just a good thing to do in life.
Yeah, affirmations.
So,
Those are FYF affirmations I just did.
All right, guys. Well, the first puzzle today is going to be a toss-up. So works a little differently than what JL just explained, although I wasn't listening to JL. I'll explain this to you, though. It's a player's name up here. When you think you know it, I'm going to slowly reveal letters. Say your own name. Shout it out. Don't say it quietly. I got to hear it in these earbuds, and these ears are not as young as they used to be. Say your name very loud. If you answer it correctly, you'll get $500, and you get to go first in the next round. Okay. Are the contestants ready?
Yep.
Ready.
All right, here we go. I'm going to start revealing them in 3, 2, 1.
And contestants out of the chat, or Stacy out of the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I just remembered.
Here we go.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Stacy.
Oh,
Stacy?
Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard is correct.
Well done, Stacy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well
I don't know
done.
why I said no, because the name in my head in that moment was Dalton Kincaid.
Oh,
I don't know if that would have fit.
I don't think it would have, but in my head I was like, no, she got it before I did.
Did anyone in the chat get it? No one in the chat got it. So
Dang, suck it, chat.
yeah.
Scampers saying Kyle Traskey.
Kyle Traskey.
Al Trasky.
Maria, Mark Ingram. With lots of M's. He like ate a cookie and he's like, Mark Ingram. Stacy, you are a Dallas Cowboys fan, if I'm correct. Am I correct in that assessment?
I am not. I'm a Packer. I'm a cheesehead. Go Pack, go.
Why did I think you were a Dallas Cowboys fan?
I don't know. And I also live in Tampa, so
I know that.
I'm all
You're
over
a
the place.
Braves fan.
Yep.
Maybe it's a Braves, the Navy jersey. It looks like a Dallas Cowboys fan. Well, anyways, you don't have to be a Dallas Cowboys fan to be a fan of Tony Pollard.
That's right.
How are you feeling about him this season going into the year?
I really like Tony Pollard. I don't really love how high up he's going. He's pretty expensive, especially, if you're trying to do like a 0, RB build, you've got to take him in like the second or third rounds. But I like Tony Pollard. I think he's going to be, back in action, coming back from that injury. Just fine. I haven't heard anything that, gives me, kind of the nerves about taking him and being worried that he's not going to be ready to go week 1. So I think he's going to be a really fun play in Dallas, especially since they haven't really signed anybody else yet. I mean, I guess, maybe Zeke could come back, right? There's always that worry. But otherwise I'm a full go on Tony Pollard right now.
What do you think the likelihood is that they'll bring Zeke back?
I said this a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about it on our Dynasty show. And I think if he signs anywhere, it is probably going to be with Dallas. That makes me a little bit worried for Tony Pollard because, it's kind of like Zeke leaves and now it's his show and his time to shine. And then like if Zeke comes back, like, is that gonna make it awkward for them? Hopefully not. But, that is something to think about.
It's familiar, at least.
Yeah, that's true.
The longer it goes on, that Zeke doesn't sign somewhere, it's more likely that he's there.
Yeah, for sure.
So excellent.
Yeah, Tony Pollard, I agree with you this year. I'm not too concerned. I think he'll be fine. I don't know that he's going to live up to everyone's expectations. Feels like people have very high expectations for Tony Pollard this year. In Dynasty, I'm trading him though.
Yeah.
This is the time.
Right.
Now is right now. Do it.
Yeah, he's never been highest. Oh, is that Joey? Our minds were melded.
No, yeah, absolutely. JL's been banging that drum all offseason. I completely agree with him. Like, trade Tony Pollard while you can. And I love Tony Pollard, and JL's got it in my head. So get into your head too, folks. All right, let's move on to the next puzzle. I'm going to load that bad boy up.
We got Bob Harris in the chat said, boom.
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 Bob made a boom boom.
All right, Scampers, very valid, 85%.
Oh, close. You were within 69 percentage points.
Good friend Mauricio.
What up, Mauricio?
Wow, Feliz
Happy 4th of July. It's only the 3rd of July, though.
Almost.
Is it?
Come back tomorrow, Mauricio.
Yeah. Mauricio started early. All right, guys. This next category is player Twitter. This will be an NFL player and their Twitter.
Their Twitter, what? What does that mean?
Their Twitter handle.
Their Twitter.
NFL.
How do you have spaces in a Twitter handle?
I didn't know how to make what's the little at?
The at sign?
Yeah. So maybe one of the words is at.
Does that count as a vowel?
I think I gave away part of the puzzle, but hey, there you go. Free letters in this puzzle. First time ever on the FYF show. Stacy, you got that correct. So you
get a letter of the at symbol.
Free space. I'm gonna go with.
Well, no. So here's what we got to do. I'm going to ask you a 50-50 question. The category is going to be PPR fantasy points. I'll give you 2 players, and you tell me which one had more PPR fantasy points last season.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So the first 2 players, Austin Eckler or Saquon Barkley.
Let's go with Eckler.
That is correct. What consonant would you like to guess? And for every consonant you get correct, you'll get $500.
How about an M?
Real money from Joey's bank account.
Yes, from my bank account. All right, the letter M. Sorry, Stacy. There are no M's today. JL, we're going to go to you. Would you like to solve or would you like to have a 50-50 question?
I don't even know how to solve a Twitter handle spaces in it. I'll take a question.
All right. Question: PPR fantasy points: Justin Jefferson or Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Justin Jefferson.
That is correct, JL. What letter would you like to guess?
N.
N is in Nancy. Did you say N?
N.
N. There are no N's in this puzzle today. Stacy, we're going back to you. Would you like to solve, or would you like to buy, or would you like to 50-50 question?
I'm gonna need a question.
All right. PPR fantasy points. Who had more last season? Christian McCaffrey or Nick Chubb?
McCaffrey?
You sure? Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer.
And that would be a correct final answer. What letter would you like to guess?
Let's take a T, as in Tony Pollard.
T is in Tony Pollard.
Oh,
There are 3 T's.
Ooh.
Try Pollard.
3. All right. So, Stacy, you now have the option. You can buy a vowel, and each instance of the vowel that shows up would be $100 for you, or you can get another question, or you can solve.
Let's do another question.
All right, another question. This will be your second question. And just so you know, on your third question, if you get that correct, you will get to bank all of the money that you're earning here today from my wallet.
Excellent.
All right. The next two players, Devontae Adams or Ramondre Stevenson. Which one of those players had the most PPR fantasy points last year?
I gotta go with Devontae Adams. He's my favorite player ever. So,
well, then your favorite player came through for you because you are correct. What letter would you like to guess?
oh, let's take a D for Devontae.
D for Devontae. I'm sorry, Stacy. There are no D's on the puzzle. And this one today, maybe in future puzzles, but not this one. JL, we're coming to you.
Let's go.
50-50 question, or would you like to solve?
I'll take a question.
All right. PPR fantasy points is the category. Who had the most PPR fantasy points last season? Josh Jacobs or Devonta Smith?
PPR? Josh Jacobs.
And you would be absolutely correct, JL. What letter would you like to guess?
Let's go with an R.
R. There is one R in this puzzle today.
It's hard.
Let's give you that.
Okay.
All right, JL, you can buy a vowel, you can take a question, or you can solve.
Let's buy an A.
Okay.
Let's get this bad boy moving.
There are 2 A's.
Mm.
All right. So you will take $200 away. JL, you can take 50-50 questions, or you can solve.
I will take a question.
All right. PPR fantasy points. Who had more last season? Jamar Chase or Stephon Diggs?
Who had more what?
PPR fantasy points last season.
And who are the options?
Jamar Chase and Stephon Diggs.
Okay, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, PPR fantasy points. Let's go. Let's go with Diggs.
In JL, you'd be absolutely correct.
Ooh.
Thanks.
What letter would you like to guess?
I think I got that question wrong recently. I'll take an E.
Well, you can't take an E because those are value. You'd have to buy an E.
Duh. I've never played this game before, I guess.
It's all right.
I'll take an S.
S. Sorry, JL. There are no S's in this puzzle. Stacy, we're going to come back to you.
I'm gonna solve.
What?
Oh, I'm gonna solve. Yeah.
Okay.
You ready?
I am.
All right. Tyreek Hill at Cheetah.
That is correct.
Yes.
Nice.
Good job,
Well
Stacey.
done.
Ah.
Look at
Very
that.
well
You
done.
bank all of that money.
Woo.
So it's Tyreek Hill at Cheetah. And JL, if you could show me how to do the @ symbol on the puzzle boards going in the future.
I didn't understand that it was Tyreek Hill and then the Twitter handle. Player Twitter. That makes sense.
When the
probably
R
didn't
came up.
explain it.
I'm sorry.
Probably didn't explain it correctly. I was very excited to be on the show today. Forgot all about how to explain things. Stacy, I want to talk to you about Tyreek Hill, not about cheetahs, although you do live close to Tampa, and there are cheetahs in Tampa.
There are.
At Busch Gardens that I've seen run against a golden retriever. That's a real thing that happens at Busch Gardens in Tampa. Stacy, how are you feeling about Tyreek Hill going into next season?
I'm feeling pretty good. I know there's a lot being made, over this issue. I think it was like something that happened on a boat. There was a, incident where he may have pushed somebody. I'm really not worried about that because I mean, look at Alvin Kamara, right? Like, we're all still waiting for Alvin Kamara's suspension to come through, and that took place like how long ago at this point? So I'm not really worried about it. It doesn't really, if anything comes of it, I think it won't happen this season. So not real concerned. Tyreek Hill is one of the top receivers in the game. I mean, Tua is going to be back there, and honestly, it doesn't even matter. I don't think who is back there throwing to him. He even said that last year, right? Like, it doesn't matter who's under center. He's going to catch the ball. So whether it's Tua, whether it's Mike White, whether it's who else there, they still have Skylar Thompson. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Tyreek Hill is still going to be catching balls for the Dolphins. And doing it very well and giving us a lot of points if you have him on your team. So I am not concerned about Tyreek Hill this season at all.
Excellent. JL, so Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp. Those are pretty much the consensus top 3 wide receivers, unless you talk to Tim Wright, because Tim Wright has Tyreek Hill as number 1. Where would Tyreek Hill fall for you?
Certainly not that high. Not number 1. I don't know that. Like, what would be changing for Tyreek Hill this year that would be so much better for him than we had last year? That would make him, like, I think he's always had that one range, that possibility, that ceiling, but I think that his situation is very similar. And so I'm going to expect something similar this year. Justin Jefferson would be probably my number 1 just this year, though. I don't know. I don't know if he makes it past the other guys in that tier. Right now, I think there's a tier at the top, and I'm fine getting any of those guys in redraft.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, guys. So the chat's doing pretty well on that. Scampers and Albert did a combined effort to get it. Greg cheated and put it all together.
Nice.
He's saying that he was on a delay.
Resourceful.
But I'm not sure if I buy that from a historian, but we'll let it slide.
From
this
a
way, Greg.
historian. Historians don't have delays.
No. They're all about time. Why would they?
We got Chalupa Batman and say, "Let's go, Stacy."
Let's
go. All right, we're going to load up the next puzzle here. And JL, you're going to get to go first in this next round.
All right. Let's do it.
And the category it's back, folks. NFL team film mashup.
Oh.
So it's not a player, it's an NFL team film mashup. Stacy, this is where we take a player name or a team name or any kind of name and we mash it up with a film name.
Okay.
Movie name. Okay. Understand the category?
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. JL, do you understand the category?
No, I don't think I've seen this category before.
I
NFL
purposely didn't use it the last 2 weeks so that I could pull this one out. So I'm not allowed to say that on stream ever again. All right. So JL, you're going to go first. Would you like a question or would you like to solve?
Let's take a question.
All right. We're going to do PPR fantasy points. Who had more PPR fantasy points between these two players last year? Jalen Waddle or Tyreek Hill?
Hill.
That would be correct. Sorry, I didn't understand you said Hill. JL, what letter would you like to buy?
Let's go with an N.
N is in Nancy. Sorry, JL, there are no N's in this puzzle. Stacy, it's going to go to you. Would you like to solve or would you like a question?
I think I'm going to need a question just to get it started.
All right. We're going to do PPR fantasy points again. Who had more PPR fantasy points last season? Excuse me. Amari Cooper or Travis Kelce?
Oh my gosh. You got to go with Kelce, right?
You would be correct.
Yes.
What letter would you like to buy?
T for Travis Kelce.
All right. T for Travis Kelce. All right. There are no T's in this puzzle. JL.
Man.
We're heading over to you. Back
Are
to
there
you.
any letters in this puzzle?
There are some letters in this puzzle.
All right.
Would you like to
Take
solve
your
or
word
would you
for
like
it.
a question?
I'll take a question.
JL, I want to talk to you about some PPR fantasy points.
Ooh,
Who had more last year between Derrick Henry and Aaron Jones?
Derrick Henry.
You would be correct in that, sir. What letter would you like to buy?
Let's go with an S.
S is in Sam. There are
Woo!
3 S's. 1, 2, 3.
Wow. Look at all at the
I
end.
know. Now, JL, you have the option to buy a vowel. You can solve or you can take another question.
I'll buy an A.
JL's buying an A. There are 3 A's.
Everything's threes.
Stacy, I just want to let you know, last week I spelled the word ass on the board, and I was very proud of
did.
myself. I didn't mean to do it. So JL, you can buy another vowel, you can solve, or you can take a question.
I'll take a question.
All right, we're going to talk about PPR fantasy points once again, and the two players are Joe Mixon and James Conner. Who had more last year?
Joe Mixon.
JL, that's correct.
Don't
And
sound
that
so
will allow you
surprised.
I'm not. I believe in your fantasy football knowledge.
I'll
That's
go with
why
an
I work
R.
with you. All right, R. There are 2 R's. JL bringing this total up to 2,200. You can buy another vowel. You could take your third question, which you would bank your money if you got it correct and you got the letter correct, or you can solve.
As RARs.
Rars. As rars.
As RARs. All right. I'll take another question.
right.
Yeah, I'll take another question. That's it.
Okay. JL, I almost called you JR.
I'm sorry.
JL, who had more PPR fantasy points last year? T. Higgins or Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Jackson.
You are correct, sir. What letter would you like to buy?
Let's go with a D. Give me the D.
All right. There are 2 D's. Dad.
Dad.
I did it again, folks. All right, JL, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to solve. Starting now. 1.
Oh. I don't know what the first one is.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Oh.
Stacy? Do you...
I don't know the first one either.
Okay, well, that's good. Okay, so it's going to go to you. You cannot buy a vowel because you don't have any money, but you can take a question or you can solve.
Let's take a question.
All right. We're going to do PPR fantasy points. Who had more last year? Tyler Lockett or Jerry Jeudy?
Tyler Lockett.
That would be correct. What letter would you like to guess?
Let's go with how about an H?
H.
No.
Sorry, Stacy, there are no H's. Now, JL, you seem like you might have got it there right at the end.
I
Would you
don't
like to solve?
No. No. I'll take a question.
I will give you a question. Who had more PPR fantasy points last season? Dalvin Cook or Alvin Kamara?
Alvin Kamara. No.
I will let you, because you caught yourself.
Alvin Kamara.
You're going to stick with Alvin Kamara? Then you would be wrong.
Yeah.
Stacy's going to go to you.
At least I still have my integrity.
Dalvin Cook.
Very good. No, I'm going to ask you a question, or would you like to solve?
Oh yeah, I definitely need a question.
All right. So PPR fantasy points. Who had more last year? Terry McLaurin or DJ Moore?
Scary Terry.
Then you would be frighteningly correct.
Oh, good.
That was a tough question.
That was.
That was but a tough answer that was correct. Stacy, what letter would you like to buy?
Let's go with an M.
M as in monster.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No.
Stacy, there are no
I
M's.
thought that was
Jail.
Rams.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take a question.
All right.
What
JL,
is the first word, Stacey?
Oh no, I'm so lost.
JL, you're going to be so mad at me when you see it too.
thinking quesadillas.
It's so bad.
Quesadilla.
All I can see.
I had a good quesadilla this weekend, actually. All right, PPR fantasy points, JL. Brandon Ayuk or Chris Olave?
Ayuk.
You are correct, sir. That was my trick one of the little group. That was a tricky one.
This Olave fell off, right?
Yeah, he did. All right, JL, you can buy a letter. What letter would you like to buy?
All right, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. Let's go with an L.
L. There are 2 L's.
Doesn't rule out quesadillas,
No.
depending
So,
on how you
yeah.
spell it.
Hmm.
JL, you can either buy a vowel, or you can take another question, or you can solve.
Can I buy a vowel of O?
Yes, you may.
Why did I buy O?
So
Oh,
there are 2 O's.
2 of them.
Yes. You can solve. You can.
I'll take another
buy
question.
or you can take a question. All right. That's our
Oh, I
last
just got
PPR. I'm sorry. That's our last PPR fantasy points question. George Kittle or DK Metcalf?
Metcalf.
You are correct, JL.
Let's go.
Well done, sir.
Woo!
All right. What
All
letter
right.
would you like to guess?
I would like to guess a G.
All right. 1, 2. Let me get your
And that
money
would-
before you solve. Let me hear it.
Goodfellas, Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, you got it, buddy.
God, I hate that.
JL, well done, sir.
I really
It's
should have thought about how to
Goodfellas,
pronounce
Las
it
Vegas
before
Raiders.
starting to pronounce it. I really messed that one up.
All right, JL, that brings you up to $5,000. And there's a lot of changes going on there in Las Vegas. JL, how are you feeling about the Raiders heading into the season? What if you had to draft one player outside of Josh Jacobs from the Raiders? Who are you drafting your fantasy team?
Devontae
Your
Adams.
fantasy-
Yeah.
He's got to be Devontae Adams, right? I expect that Raiders offense with Jimmy Garoppolo to be decent. I don't think they'll be Super Bowl contenders. I think what we're going to get is what we've gotten the last few years, which is a middling Raiders team. It doesn't feel like they're taking really enough risks, and that team is just they're not pulling it all together enough for them to really feel like a contestant or a postseason run here.
Mhm. Stacey, how are you feeling about? We'll talk about Josh Jacobs. I kind of took him out of that question, but how are you feeling about Josh Jacobs?
Yeah, I mean, I think he and Devontae. I mean, those are the only two Raiders that I want. I kind of was out on Josh Jacobs later, much to my detriment, right? But I can't see them doing anything else but just feeding him the ball this year, especially with Garoppolo not. He's a mediocre, quarterback. I mean, it's definitely, I think, a downgrade from Derek Carr. So I think that hurts Devontae a little bit. I mean, even though I think really he's almost like Tyreek Hill, right? He's pretty much quarterback proof. But just as far as opportunities, I think Josh Jacobs probably in the better situation out of any of the offensive guys on that team at this point.
I kind of want to go through some of these answers because they're kind of funny. Craig with leaving Las Vegas Raiders, which I think is actually, I stayed last time I was in Vegas. I stayed at the hotel across from where he picks her up at the beginning of the movie. That was kind of fun. And then Scampers, Gondolas Vegas Raiders.
It's my favorite kind of Vegas Raiders.
Yeah. But then he
Gondola
eventually
sauce.
got it. Oh, it's Goodfellas, Las Vegas Raiders.
Gondola sauce.
Awesome. They do have gondolas you can ride at the Venetian, apparently. All right.
Save that for
And
next
then
time.
Mauricio, now I need quesadillas.
Yes.
All right. Are you guys ready for the next puzzle?
Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Let's load this bad boy up. All right. This category is late round alarms. These are 3 NFL players that are featured in Kevin Tompkins' latest article about targeting late round players at a certain position that I can't tell you because it would give away too much to this puzzle. But these are 3 NFL player names.
Ooh.
Straight across the lines as you see them. Those are 3 names there. And these would be late round players from an article featured on Fantasy Alarm right now from our friend Kevin Tompkins. So
Mauricio,
JL,
before I get out of the chat, I said, I need quesadillas. Me too, man. I'm so hungry.
That's what we're doing after, right? Quesadilla.
Yeah, 100%.
Quesadilla party.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So JL, you solved that one. So Stacy, you're going to get to go first. Would you like a question or would you like to solve?
Oh, I definitely need a question.
All right. So we're going to change the category. We're going to go to Super Bowl odds at the FanDuel Sportsbook. So I'm going to give you 2 teams and you tell me which team is more favored to win the Super Bowl. Okay. Pretty straightforward. All right. 2 teams, the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions. Which one of those teams is more favored to win the Super Bowl?
And now I'm worried that that's a trick question, but I'm going to go with Bills.
And you would be correct. Some of them are tricks. Most of them are not. I lightened up on the questions after I got some constructive criticism last week from unnamed sources. What letter would you like to buy?
Let's start with an S.
S is in Sam.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
All right. There are 5
Ooh.
S's.
Dang.
$2,500. That's going to give you quite a bit of room. You
I
can
was
buy
feeling so good coming into this puzzle with that 3,000 headroom there.
Got some ground to make up.
Yeah.
You can buy a vowel or you can take another question or you can solve if those S's solved it for you.
You know what? I finally got a little cash in the bank. Why don't we buy a vowel? Let's go with an
Let's do that.
E.
E is in elephant.
Yes.
There are 5 E's.
Dang. 5 club. I was 3 club, you're 5
Ooh.
club.
You're right.
All right. That brings you down to $2,000, but you got a lot of letters up on the board.
Yeah.
Stacy, would you like to buy another vowel? Because you still have enough money to do that. Would you like a question or can you solve?
I mean, Chuck E. Cheese's has to be in this puzzle somewhere, right?
I mean, only if we're lucky, right?
Yeah,
I wish.
I think I need a question.
I don't think they'd have a helmet to fit Chuck E. Cheese, to be honest
Oh,
with you.
God. Big ass head.
All right. Super Bowl odds. Which team's more favored to win the Super Bowl odds? According to the FanDuel Sportsbook, would it be the Kansas City Chiefs or the 49ers?
Oh, we got to go the Chiefs.
You would be correct. Stacy, what letter would you like to buy?
How about M? The letter M.
M is in monster.
Yes.
Hey, you got 3 there.
Oh. Wait.
Now you have the option to buy a vowel, solve, or you can take your third question. If you get that question right and answered the letter correctly, you will bank all the money.
Let's go with a question.
All right, question. This is your third and final question. Who's more favored to win the Super Bowl? The Pittsburgh Steelers or the Miami Dolphins?
The Dolphins.
You would be correct in that. Stacy,
Yes.
what letter would you like to buy?
How about a J?
A J for Joey.
Yes.
There is 1 J. Stacy will bank that money and I will give you 5 seconds to solve. Well, congratulations on banking all that money.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
that's
Taking
quite
back
an
the lead.
accomplishment. Yeah. Take the lead back. Absolutely. JL, we're going to go to you. Would you like to solve? Would you like a question? Or you can't buy any vowels. And so solve or question. What would you like to do?
I am blanking on a name. I can't think of it, so I need a question.
All right. Super Bowl odds. Who's more favored to win the Super Bowl this upcoming season? The Philadelphia Eagles or the Baltimore Ravens?
Eagles.
You are correct, JL. What letter would you like to purchase?
Ooh. Let's go with an R.
R is in Robert. There are 3 R's. JL. Excellent guess on the letter there. It's going to give you the option to buy. Yes, you can. What letter would you?
May I buy an A?
There are 4 A's.
Can I buy an I?
2, 3, 4. You may buy an I. That's pretty quick on that click in there, by the way, folks. Watch out now.
Very impressive. Pretty impressive.
You still have $1,000. You can buy other vowels that are up on the board, or you can solve, or you can take a question.
Why can't I see it? Let's go with let's buy another vowel.
Okay.
Oh boy. Let's buy an O.
All right. There's 1 O.
Let's buy a U. Oh wait, no, there's no more vowels. Okay. I will solve.
Question. Okay.
Cam Akers, Miles Sanders, James Conner.
Yes.
JL.
God, James Conner, forgot you existed for a second, my guy.
JL.
Woo.
I don't think you're the only one.
I was trying to string you along there a little bit, but
Oh my God, James Conner. I'm sitting there going like, James. What James is in the NFL? I don't know. I
was like,
one, I guess.
James Cook, but that won't
That's,
fit.
that's the only name I could think of was James Cook. And then I started to question whether that was actually his name.
Yeah, Miles killed me. I couldn't for the life of me
Miles.
get Miles.
all right, guys. So, JL, I'm going to ask you first. You're on the clock, and you're needed to take a running back and say the 4th or 5th round. Which one of these running backs are you going to take?
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders? Excellent.
Oh,
Why do you
yeah.
like Miles Sanders?
He's the best out of these other options. It's the options around him, really.
Stacy,
Yeah.
do you agree with JL?
I really like Miles Sanders this year, and I've never been a huge Miles Sanders fan. However, I saw a stat the other day, and now I'm blanking on where I saw it from. But it said basically that like Frank Wright has never had a second running back to have more than 20% of the carries on the team. So I think it's just set up perfectly for Miles Sanders to come in and be that guy. There's really nobody else there to really threaten him and take that much work away that it's going to really impact his fantasy value. But I also really like James Conner too, if he can stay healthy, right? There's nobody else in Arizona. Literally nobody else. They're going to be horrible this year. So I don't see any reason why they don't just absolutely ground and pound with Conner the whole way.
Absolutely.
It's a good point, especially the QB troubles there in Arizona.
Yep.
They might have to rely on James Conner.
Yeah. I mean, Clayton Tune, Colt McCoy. Right?
Yeah.
We had another Albert and Scampers combo to solve that one correctly. Well, boy,
solve that one.
And J is J for Joey. There we go.
A J for Joey.
But Scampers, realizing that he made a mistake. Ham Akers, Mike Saggers, and James Bolter.
That's fantastic.
Every day, Scampers.
Every time I recite the Holy Trinity, that's what I say.
All right, guys, we have a tie game. It's 6,000 to 6,000. What do you say we load our next puzzle?
Let's go. Let's do it.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna go to our fifth puzzle.
God, last week I was stressing against Scott Fish. Now this week I'm stressing against Stacy.
I've got to redeem myself.
Band
Well,
items.
I did get some constructive criticism last week during the team. There was one universally loved category last week, and that was banned items. I went to the webpage of AT&T Stadium and looked through their banned items, and you'll find here are 2 banned items from AT&T Stadium. That is this category. So this will be 2 items, anything that you can think that could be banned from the stadium, but these are listed on their website specifically. All righty. So, JL, did you solve that one correctly? Yes, you did. So, Stacy, you're going to get to go first. Would you like a question or can you solve?
I would like a question, please.
All right. So, we are still with Super Bowl odds. So, Super Bowl odds from the FanDuel Sportsbook. Which team's more likely to win the Super Bowl? The Jacksonville Jaguars or the Cleveland Browns?
Oh, this is difficult. How about the Jags?
You would be correct in that, in that answer. Stacy, I'm going to allow you
to pull that out of nowhere.
You did good. What letter would you like to buy?
Let's go with an N, the letter N.
N is in Nancy. There are 2 N's. 3 N's. All right. That's going to give you $1,500. That's going to give you the option to buy a vowel if you'd like, or you can take another question, or you can solve.
Let's do another question, please.
All right. Super Bowl odds. Which team's more favored to win the Super Bowl? The Cincinnati Bengals or the New York Jets?
Bengals.
You would be correct in that. Stacy, what letter would you like to guess?
The letter L.
L. There are no L's. I apologize, Stacy. JL, it's going to come over to you. Would you like to solve?
I cannot. I would like to, but I can't. So I'll take a question.
All right. Super Bowl odds. Which team's more likely to win the Super Bowl? The San Francisco 49ers or the Los Angeles Chargers? I almost said San Diego.
Chargers or 49ers? I think it's 49ers.
And you would be thinking correctly. And what letter would you like to guess?
I would like to guess an S, please. Okay.
You would be correct. You get 2 of them. All right, Jill. That's going to give you the option to buy a vowel, or you can solve, or you can take a question.
Oh, I'll buy a vowel.
Okay.
May I buy an? Can I buy an O?
O. There is 1 O.
Okay. I'll take another question, please.
All right. Next question. Super Bowl odds. Who's more favored to win the Super Bowl? According to the FanDuel Sportsbook, the Seattle Seahawks or the Cleveland Browns?
That's interesting. I'll go with Seahawks.
I'm sorry, Jill. That's incorrect. I was surprised by that one, too.
Yeah.
Stacy, on to you. Would you like to buy a vowel or would you like a question?
I would like a question.
All right. Who's more favored to win the Super Bowl next season, according to the FanDuel Sportsbook? The New Orleans Saints or the Minnesota Vikings?
The Minnesota Vikings.
That would be correct. What letter would you like to buy?
Let's take the letter D.
D is in dog. There's one D.
Okay.
It's going to get you $500. Would you like to buy a vowel, have another question, or can you solve?
Let's buy a vowel. How about we do an E?
There is one E.
That last word is definitely not what I thought it was right off the bat. So
All I keep thinking is metropolis.
I thought umbrellas at first, and then definitely not umbrellas.
All right. Stacy, would you like another question, or would you like to buy another vowel? Or you can solve.
Oh, no. Question, please.
All right. Who is more favored to win the Super Bowl according to the FanDuel Sportsbook? The Denver Broncos or the New England Patriots?
Patriots.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. It's actually the Denver Broncos.
Shoot.
JL, it's all
Yep.
back over to you.
Yep.
Would you like a question or would you like to solve? Or you can buy a vowel.
I would like to buy a vowel.
Okay.
And I would like to buy a U, please. No.
Sorry, Joe. It's incorrect. Stacy, right back to you. Now you have to burn one of my questions. Thanks, JL.
Question,
right.
please.
All right. According to the FanDuel Sportsbook, which team's more likely to win the Super Bowl? Are we looking at the New York Giants versus the Chicago Bears?
Oh, the Giants.
The Giants would be correct.
Yes. All right.
All right. What letter would you like to guess?
Let's go with an R.
R is in Robert. There are two R's.
Ooh.
Stacy, that's going to allow you to buy another vowel, take another question, or you can solve.
Let's throw an A up there, please.
All right, we're going to buy an A.
Ooh.
So 1, 2, 3 A's. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to reveal them to you.
I think we're gonna need another question.
All right, another question. Which team's more favored to win the Super Bowl next year? The Washington Commanders or the Atlanta Falcons?
Oh, those are so gross.
Yeah, we're down to the gross ones now.
The Commanders or the Falcons? The Falcons?
That would be correct. That honestly, that NFC
Dang.
South. You never know. Yeah. All right,
Stacy, know
Stacey.
all the odds.
Oh my gosh. Let's go with an M.
M is in monster.
Monster.
Sorry, Stacey. There is no M in this
What?
puzzle. JL, you can solve, you can buy a vowel, or you can take another question.
I can't solve. I need a wait, I could buy a vowel?
Yes, you can.
All right, I'll buy an I.
Okay. There is one I. Okay.
What the F is that word? Oh, I would like to solve.
JL?
Fanny packs and fireworks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
I got fanny
get-
packs like immediately. And then I just spent the whole time trying to figure out what that freaking Aurora Borealis word down there was.
It was the 4th of July. Is what tomorrow? Fireworks.
Yeah,
right?
it's
There we
fannies.
go. It's topical. I was giggling real hard, but I put this one together. That's a great team name, everybody. Fanny packs and fireworks.
No fanny
All right.
pack. I'm surprised.
Yeah, but I guess the stadiums are so weird with bags. I feel like they got a thing.
That's the bat packs, fanny packs. I'm gonna have to kind of end this category after maybe a couple more episodes because we're kind of running out of types of bags.
yeah, I
that
was gonna
can
say
happen.
there can't be that much
Your
for.
fanny pack.
All right, so we've got about 15 minutes left. I think we can do one more puzzle at least.
Let's do it.
Go.
I have no questions about. Actually, JL, would you ever wear a fanny pack for any reason whatsoever?
Sure.
Awesome. I'm glad you said sure. I would have quit right here on stream if you said no. All right. Yay!
Glad we cleared that up then.
Maria loved this category last time, so I brought it back. Player geography matchup. So what this is going to be, Stacy, similar to the NFL team film mashup.
Okay.
It's going to be a player in a geographical location smashed together. Or maybe the geographical locations first and the player, but it's just all mashed up together. It's a beautiful marriage. You're on Fantasy Fortune. So JL solved that. We got $1,000 between you guys. It's a very close game. Stacey, you're going to get to go first. Would you like a question?
Question, please.
All right. So this will be our last
Yes.
Super Bowl odds question. Then we're going to move to a different category. Which team's more favored to win the Super Bowl? The Houston Texans or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Oh, it got even
You did,
worse.
I told you.
The Bucks?
That is correct. I was shocked too.
I don't know how.
I know, me too either. All right, Stacey.
It's gotta be real close.
You get to buy a letter. What letter would you like to buy?
Let's go with a T.
T is in Tom Brady, who left Tampa Bay.
Exactly.
There are 3 T's. Good job, Stacey. Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that, folks. There we go. And let me reveal those T's to you. There they are. So that gives you the option. You can buy a vowel, you can take another question, or you can solve.
Let's buy a vowel. There's a lot of letters up there. Let's go with an A.
A is an apple. There are 4 A's.
Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat.
Yeah, that guy.
Like,
This is
like
actually
asking
a
me-
jazz song.
it's like ask my Starts and Salutations character how to spell tattoo, and I'd be T-A-T-T-A-T-T-A-T-T-A.
Tatooine.
Yeah, there we go.
You just actually
Stacey.
spelled the Star Wars place.
I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt, actually.
Coincidence.
Stacey, I don't think so. I think this is all scripted. It's just like the Hills. Stacey, you have the option to buy a vowel. You can take another question, or you can solve.
Question.
All right, we're going to move to a new category. This is total touchdowns. So receiving and rushing combined. Who had more touchdowns total? I'm going to give you 2 players. You tell me which one. Austin Eckler or Najee Harris?
Eckler.
That's correct. Austin Eckler actually led the league last year in total touchdowns.
Yes.
Stacey, what letter would you like to buy?
I'm going to go with the letter L.
There's 1
Ooh.
L. Nice fun. You can buy a vowel, you can take another question, or you can solve. This will be your 3rd question. So if you get it correct, you get to bank that money.
Ooh. Question,
All
please.
right. For your 3rd question, total touchdowns. Who had more total touchdowns last season? Jamar Chase or Jamal Williams?
Jamar Williams.
Jamal Williams. Yeah. Swag Daddy.
That is correct. Swag Daddy did have more total touchdowns last season. What letter would you like to guess?
S for Swag Daddy.
S for Swag Daddy. There is 1
He
S.
came through.
And you will
I
get to
did.
bank that money, and I'll give you 5 seconds to solve.
Oh. I think I'm going to need more than 5.
All right, Stacey. We're going to go to JL.
Yeah.
Before we do that, our good friend Jordan Vanek saying he can't wait
What
to see
up,
us
Jordan?
on Thursday. And Jordan, neither can I, but I'll be on vacation. I'll be on an airplane. So I can avoid you, apparently. So,
Yeah.
nah, I'm very sad that I'm missing him. All right. JL, question, solve. What would you like to do today?
Question.
All right. Total touchdowns. Who had more total touchdowns last year? Was it CeeDee Lamb or Devontae Adams?
CeeDee Lamb.
Sorry, JL, that's incorrect. Stacey, we're going to head back over to you.
Okay. Question, please.
All right. Who had more total touchdowns last season in the NFL? That's the National Football League. Would it be Christian McCaffrey or Joe Mixon?
McCaffrey.
You would be correct. Stacey, what letter would you like to guess?
Let's take the letter R.
R is in Robert. There are 2 R's. It's going to give you $1,000, Stacey. Giving the option to buy another vowel if you'd like. You could take another question, or you can solve.
Let's take another question.
All right. Next question. Total touchdowns. Who had more total touchdowns between Tyler Lockett and Derrick Henry?
Oh my gosh. Tyler Lockett.
I'm sorry, Stacy, that's incorrect. Jail, we're going to head over to you.
All right.
Yeah, you have the option to have a question or you can't
Question.
solve. All right. Who had more total touchdowns last season? Ezekiel Elliott or Jalen Waddle?
Waddle.
I'm sorry, it was actually Zeke. That's all he did last year was score
I didn't
touchdowns.
see him do any penguin dances.
No. So it shouldn't count. I agree with you. Stacy, we're heading back to you. Question,
Only points
solve,
if
or
you're
you can't buy a
penguin.
vowel.
Exactly. Question, please.
All right. Question. Who had more total touchdowns last season? Drake London or Khalil Herbert?
Khalil Herbert.
You would be correct in that. You saw through my trick. What letter would you like to guess or buy?
Let's. How about a Y?
Y. Ooh. There is one Y. Stacy. Yes.
Yes.
All right, Stacy.
No, that doesn't
buy
help.
a vowel.
Question, please.
You can take a question. Do you like a question? All right. Total touchdowns last season. Who had the most between these two players? Kareem Hunt and Tyler Boyd.
Oh, gosh. Tyler Boyd.
You are correct, Stacy. That was your second question you got right. What letter would you like to guess?
How about a W?
W for Waddle. Sorry, Stacy, there are no W's. Jail, we're going to head over to you. Would you like a question?
I almost have this.
Okay.
But I can't yet, so I need a question.
All right. Total touchdowns last season. Who had the most between Devontae Adams and Tony Pollard?
Stop asking me Devontae Adams total touchdown questions. I don't know it. Or Tony Pollard? I don't know. Tony Pollard.
Sorry, JL, that's incorrect.
I'm sorry, JL, that's incorrect.
You're doing so good today. You got $7,000, buddy. All right. Stacy, we're
always Devontae Adams. Always Devontae Adams.
We're moving back to you. Would you like to buy a vowel or would you like a question?
I'm going to need a question,
All
please.
right. Who had more total touchdowns last season between Nick Chubb and Amari Cooper?
Nick Chubb.
That is correct. Those teammates, but Nick Chubb did have the most total touchdowns. What letter would you like to buy?
Dumb idiot boy.
N for Nancy, please.
All right, N for Nancy. And thank you for putting a name behind it so I didn't know if it was an M or an N.
No problem.
There are 3 N's. Stacy, it's going to give you $3,000. You have a chance to solve. You can buy a vowel or you can take another question.
I got the first part and I can't think the last part. Let's go with a question, please.
All right. Next question. Total touchdowns once again. Jerick McKinnon or George Kittle?
McKinnon.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. And that's the first time I've ever had McKinnon as the wrong answer. I apologize.
Oh.
It's usually my go-to to trick people. So you fell into the trap. JL, this is the double trick though. JL, it's on to you. You said you knew it.
I do know it, but here's my dilemma. Is I happen to be down by 1,100. And so if I get this right, I'm not going to win.
It's a fun dilemma to be in. So you would like a question is what you're saying.
So I'd like a question.
All right.
I know how to play the game.
JL, we're going to move over to most targets.
Oh,
it's a new
thank
category.
God.
This is just for you, buddy. Most targeted players.
Yeah.
So I'll give you 2 players. You tell me which player had the most targets last season. 2 players, Garrett Wilson and DK Metcalf. Who had the most targets between those 2 gentlemen?
Let's go with DK Metcalf.
I'm sorry, JL, you're incorrect. Stacy, we're going to head back over to you. Most targeted players. Who had the most?
Oh, gosh.
If you want a question or you can't solve, if you figured it out. Sorry. Jump the gun there.
Question.
All right. 2 players, CeeDee Lamb, Deontay Johnson. Which one of those players had the most targets last season?
Deontay Johnson.
I'm sorry, Stacy, that is incorrect. JL, we're going to head back over to you. Most targeted
correct
players.
answer was actually Devontae Adams.
Nailed it. JL,
Go
would you
ahead,
like a
Joe.
question?
Give me your
All
stupid
right.
question.
Which one of these two players had the most targets last season? Amon-Ra St. Brown or Christian Kirk?
It's Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra St.
Amon-Ra.
Brown or Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk.
I'm sorry, JL, that's incorrect.
They're
Oh, we're
both
doing the speed
incorrect on
Yeah.
all of my answers.
Stacy, would you like a question or would you like to solve?
Question,
All right.
please.
Most targets last season. Which one of these players had more? AJ Brown or Michael Pittman Jr.?
AJ
That's
Brown.
correct. Stacy, what letter would you like to guess?
M. Let's go with an M for Mary or Monster.
There is one M. Stacy, that's giving you $500. You can buy a Val. You can take a question or you can solve.
Can I buy an O?
You can buy an O. There are two O's. It's going to take $200 away from you. Stacy.
That's not helping.
Val?
Can I buy? Yes. Can I buy an I,
An
please?
I. There are two I's. Don't think that helped either.
See, it's
I think we know one
giving me
word.
letters for the two ones I know. I need a question. Please.
All right, question. Most targets last season. Which one of these players had the most? Between TJ Hawkinson and Chris Godwin.
Godwin.
That is correct, Stacy. What letter would you like to guess?
Yes. G for Chris Godwin.
All right, G for Chris Godwin. Sorry, Stacy, there are no G's. JL, we're going to head over to you. Question?
All right. Since your questions are, the answers to your questions are both wrong, I think I have to solve here just to make it seem like it was a closer game than it was. Yosemite National Devontae Parker.
Oh my gosh.
JL, that is correct.
Doesn't matter because Stacy's going to win. Well done, Stacy.
Redemption.
Redemption.
Thank you.
Oh.
By $100. That
Is that their? I'll have to ask our
Sweet
historian.
victory.
Is that our closest game? It has to be. And we may have had a tie.
I don't know. We probably, yeah, I think we almost had all zeros once, or maybe that was that was Jeopardy. That's what it was. Oh, Stacy, thank you so much for joining us. That was a ton of fun, and congrats on your win.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. This was an absolute blast. I loved it. So much fun.
Oh, it was so great playing with you. If you aren't already, make sure you go follow Stacy at Stacy_Perez83 right there under her face. You can find all of her content at Fantasy and Frames. Trust me, go follow her on Twitter. Fantastic follow. Joey,
Yep.
have you subscribed to the YouTube channel yet?
No.
I'm so tired.
I've only
tired.
done it with my burner accounts. I have not done it with my actual account. I'm going to make you earn it, just like you made me earn the laugh track, which has still never happened on the F1.
Never. I'm actually going to turn the volume down on it just in case I accidentally hit it. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Front Yard Fantasy on YouTube. We're here every single day, 3 p.m. Eastern time, every single weekday at least, 3 p.m. Eastern time, playing games, talking fantasy football. And if you haven't yet, go check out BSN, Better Sports Network. They have fantastic content. Joey alluded to their alarm content earlier, the article with the best ball stacks from last week with Britt Flynn. Go follow BSN. Fantastic content coming out of there. We will be back tomorrow, though. See you then. That was the greatest outro I've ever done.
Bye, everybody.
You're welcome. Simon usually does this.